Good afternoon. My name is Kevin Vogel, and I'm the police chief for the city of Santa Cruz. I'd like to start today by thanking the Santa Cruz County Sheriff's Office and the California Highway Patrol for standing in when we needed help the most. They too are feeling this pain and stepped up to protect our community, allowing all of us the chance to grieve. I also want to acknowledge my 3 officers and the employee of the Santa Cruz County Sheriff's Office who ended that tragic day by bringing Butch and Elizabeth's killer to justice. This is not something we have ever dealt with before in our department, and for all of us, the pain is still too fresh. We are left to ask, will the pain ever end? How do we fill the holes in our hearts? How do we take our next step? But through this, we've learned that the answers come from those around us. All of you here today are showing our officers and our city what it means to be a community. As we have seen once again how tight our community truly is, how many big hearts there are in our midst today, and how much good exists all around us. We thank you for the flowers you have left, the candles you have lit, and the love that you have given all of us during this last, most painful week. You have reminded us why we serve and protect our community each and every day. For that, thank you, Santa Cruz. Police work is not an easy job. Too often, we are the thin blue line between good and evil. Too often, we are called upon to make tough choices while remembering our training and what drives us as officers of the law. Too often, friends and family are burdened with sleepless nights and the fear of facing a day like today. Police work, however, is not just a job, it's a calling. For many of us, the dream of being an officer started when we were kids, including me. Some, like Beth and Butch, are drawn to protect their community. For some, police work is just the right fit for them. We gather today to honor the lives of 2 such officers. 2 heroes, 2 friends, taken from us far too soon at the hands of a madman. Someone sick and unstable, and yet someone who would have gotten a fair shake from Elizabeth and Butch had he just given them the chance. We come together today to pay tribute to 2 people who exemplified service, who embodied the notion that the true measure of our department is the impact we leave for those who come after us. We gather for them, we gather to heal. We gather to remember a mother, a partner, an inspiration to all of us. We gather to remember a father, a husband, a mentor, and a friend. There are no words that can heal us, no quick fixes for this pain, nor are there sayings that can ease our grief. Nothing that can bring back the passion, the laughter, or the light of those we have lost. Nothing can replace what was taken from us. But as we have all slowly come to realize over these last several days, out of the darkness of our pain, some light comes from the memories of Elizabeth and Butch. Remembering who they were will help us get through this together. Remembering what made each of them so special will help us heal. Remembering why we admired them, why we loved them, and why we were proud to serve next to them will make sure that they never leave our hearts. To Peter, Joaquin, and Stellan, Elizabeth was so special, and I am so proud to have known her and worked alongside of her. It is so rare to find someone with who has both unending compassion and an unyielding thirst for justice. In Elizabeth, those traits and her skills made her an exceptional police officer, but even a better friend. Her tireless efforts on behalf of those who are victims of crimes, underprivileged, or simply in need of an advocate leaves a hole in our community that we can never fully replace. To Elizabeth, everyone was good at their core. Everyone deserved a chance and a voice. Her empathy was matched only by her skill as a police officer. She made the victims of even the most heinous acts feel cared for while giving them the knowledge and the peace of mind that their justice would be done. She loved the Santa Cruz community, and that showed with every case, every challenge, and everything that she did. That's why she was so passionate about her work, about the people she served, and about her fellow police officers. That was just the kind of officer she was. She believed we, as the police, have to work hand in hand with our fellow citizens, that we must work to solve problems together, that all of us in our community have a role to play in making it the kind of place we all deserve, a place all of us can enjoy safely. Elizabeth just wanted to make sure Santa Cruz was safe for families like hers any way that she could. She wanted a place where families can go to the beach, walk on the boardwalk, ride the roller coaster, hike, cook, or even get some of those delicious morning buns at Kelly's Bakery. In remembering Elizabeth, we must remember how she would right the wrongs that we face today. We remember that passion and collaboration can and must exist side by side. She leaves unfinished work in our hands, and we must meet this moment together. We will miss her so much. Peter, Joaquin, and Stella, we thank you for sharing Elizabeth with all of us. To Kelly, Adam, Jillian, and Ashley, I don't know if Butch is the first guy to wear shorts in heaven, but I know he's making the angels laugh as he watches over all of us today. Butch was the most giving, the most generous, and the kindest person I have had the honor of serving alongside. He taught me more things than I can count, and I know that I'm not the only one here who can say that. He taught me how to be the leader that I am and showed me how to enjoy my work even more. Butch did everything with every ounce of who he was. I'm going to miss his laughter in the halls of the police station, and all of us are going to miss his counsel and his passion for the job. He loved his work, he wanted the truth, and he would stop at nothing to get it. Butch left his mark on countless cases and always there for a younger officer or even an older one. He's who I turned to when things got hard. Relentless in the pursuit of the truth, he served Santa Cruz honorably and with a big smile. When his son Adam joined the force, he said he got glimpses of himself when he first started out, and he became inspired anew. Not many people after almost 3 decades on the force could find new excitement for their work, but Butch did. In the wake of this tragedy, all of us have a responsibility to Butch to look at life the way he did and find new sources of inspiration for the work that we all do. He was part of the very fabric of the Santa Cruz community, immediately recognizable and leaving behind an indelible imprint on everything he touched. He founded our DUI enforcement team, and he mentored and he trained our officers. He was a tenacious investigator, and he was even a more tenacious friend. It won't be easy for us to meet the standard he set for himself, or for any of us, but it is enough for me to know that he believed in me and everyone here. He believed in the best of us, and he gave our city the best of every time he put on the uniform. Kelly, Adam, Jillian, and Ashley, we will miss Butch so much. We'll miss his laughter and his tireless service. We'll think of him when we watch our beloved San Francisco Giants, when someone plays a prank, and whenever anyone refuses to give up in pursuit of the truth. We mourn a sister and a brother today, 2 members of the Santa Cruz Police Department family, 2 exemplars of service. We mourn together as a community and as police officers. Police officers are close-knit, and we are tied to each other not just by our individual departments, precinct, or even where we live, but by the badge and what that stands for. As you can tell by the size of this crowd today, many badges from all over have come to pay their respects to Elizabeth and Butch. 2 testaments to police officers everywhere. We thank you, brothers and sisters, for your outpouring of support. We know you are all grieving alongside of us. And as we honor the lives of Butch and Elizabeth today, we know that this pain, while terrible and seemingly unending, will one day pass, and that we will use the power of their memories to sustain all of us as we heal in the years to come. Their memories, their legacy of service will forever be a part of this police force and our community. They devoted their lives to making Santa Cruz a safe place for our families and for the families whom they love so much. The impact on our department, on our city, and on the law enforcement community will last far beyond their years. They fought to protect the rights of people they loved just as hard as those that they never met. They were police officers through and through, and they would want us to keep fighting for Santa Cruz, for the values of all of us. I love them both dearly, and I will miss them forever.
Thank you, Chief. You have the support and the prayers of our whole community. Well, at this time, it is my honor to introduce former Secretary of Defense Leon Panetta, who has asked to address the families and friends of these fallen officers.